thank you for staying with us and welcome back. I'm Brian Sakwa. This is the first conversation of the day and I'm inviting you to absolutely let us know you're watching us from. We are delving into an interesting topic that touches on you as a Gen Z, especially if you recently completed or finished high school. Remember, KCSE results were just announced several months ago, and learners are also still grappling with what career path or what career choice to take on, especially when it comes again to grading. Was it effective? And also when it comes to the choices of the courses that they were assigned to. But away from that, there's been tremendous progress that has been made in the education sector. It has expanded, I think, with with the introduction of CBC and then as well of TVET institutions or tertiary learning institutions. There's a lot to discuss, especially for higher learning institutions as well as these other institutions as well. Now, joining me in this conversation is Dr. Kennedy Ntabo. He is currently a senior lecturer and head department at Koitalel Samoei University, a constituent of the University of Nairobi. Karibu sana Daktari Ntabo.
Thank you very much, Sakwa.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Now, let's get into this conversation. When it comes to the education sector, it's a very key docket. They say it's education sector and then the Ministry of Health and then Interior. But education is where, the formation starts, especially when it comes to the young minds, the Gen Zs. Now, with the recently completed, I'd say, the lot that had, just been released recently, the results that were issued, I think the issue comes in when it comes to matters career choice and career path. When it comes to some of these learners, where do you begin their journey in terms of instilling a sense of direction on where they should begin? And also maybe there was an argument way back we had with someone who said, the grade doesn't matter. What you get after KCSE should not determine your future, because there's those learners who are hopeless. Maybe they wanted a B+, so they wanted an A. But the cutting line was, I think, this year it's a C+, right? Yeah. So what happens to such a young mind?
Thank you very much. I think when you go through your O-level or up Form 4, well, it is not the defining moment of one's career. It is for those already who have made the threshold to do a particular career. When you have these foundations, because at Form 4, it is when you begin realizing where to pitch your career. And after Form 4, it is when now you need to be more serious than before.
Yeah.
That's why we are saying there is no failure at all level or at Form 4 after KCSE, because this is the serious moment you need to begin now defining which career you need to take.
Yeah.
For those who have scored less grades that are not giving them entry to university, there are so many options. We thank our government has opened many options for them to go to tertiary institutions, TVET institutions, to begin molding their career. I want to give you an example. I've been in institution for a while now, for 15 years. I've been in a tertiary, a middle level college, equivalent of a TVET institution. And those students, once they clear with their C, with their C-, with their D+, they begin as low as certificate.
Yeah.
They continue gradually, they end up becoming to the university where I teach. And let me tell you, if you can use Form 4 to define somebody's career, when they come to the university where I teach and where I have taught other universities, you'll be shocked that this is the moment that D+ student who got a certificate, a diploma, is a first-class honor at completion of his graduate program, his undergraduate program. So what am I saying here? Is that at Form 4, you have matured. At Form 4, you have begun now trying to find things that you do for your lifetime. So there's no joke. The only moment that we'll say you have no career is after tertiary institution. If you failed after that, then things would never work for you. And that's why after Form 4, the government has given an open area for all Kenyan students to begin from where they can begin. And that's why we have now the qualification authority to be able to guide us through the process. Yeah. Like now you see, the students have not been able to go to the portal and pick courses. Simple reason is because of this moral problem that is there with the government about the funding model.
Yeah.
This is the time these young ones need to walk around institutions and share their grades with the experts so that they are properly guided on what to do.
Yeah, but you know, they have to wait for the placement by CUSPs,
yes,
which I believe is doing a great job at it. Maybe would you say sometimes it's not accurate, because some of the learners actually that, I think it was last year, in last year's KCSE, there was someone who wanted a dental course, but they were placed at an agricultural, you know, course. So the bone of contention is it maybe CUSP is not doing its work, or maybe there's misplacement because CUSP is in charge of placement as well.
Let me ask you, Sakwa. If you don't declare what you want to do in life, if you don't pick a program, CUSP is left with nothing other than to find something to place you. You never indicated you are doing dental. You never picked any course. You just, the period ended, and now the CUSPs has a responsibility to ensure that every student is being taken care of. But now you see, you never picked a course. So what they do is randomly, they think for you and place you there. But there is an open door for you to go and do what we call transfer. You can do what we call interfaculty transfer, so that you're properly placed.
Where you're comfortable. Yeah,
yeah, you are comfortable.
I actually didn't know that was existing. I thought it was maybe existing when already you're in campus or in college. So that's when you can apply for that.
Do you know, as we speak now, there are students who have even A, who have even B, but they have resorted to go to a KMTC. They're already in KMTC, they have not picked. These are the students, sometimes they don't even go and pick those programs. Yeah. And then when CUSP is giving his accounting for the students, they find their students who have very good grades. They have no information whether the student is already in a diploma program. So they end up placing you somehow so that they can account that every student who coded for university has not missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the next phase for, say, students who got below the cutting grade, which was C+? Yes. What would you advise them to do? Because I also believe sometimes, especially I remember when I was in high school anyway, so when you're anticipating to get a certain grade and you don't get it, there's a certain sense of hopelessness, and then also the disappointment that comes within you and also your guardian. So it's like you failed them. So maybe you need inspiration sometimes, or maybe you need to be told maybe a tertiary institution could do best for you, because previously, before, it was prestigious to actually be at the University of Nairobi. Villages would celebrate people from KU and the rest of the unis. Right now, tertiary institutions are there to fill in.
Yeah, true. So anybody who scored below the university entry requirement, there are diverse options. They can proceed and join. And if your dream were to be a journalist like yourself, you go begin from, there is opening for the certificate. Perfect your line, because that is your line of thought. That's where you wanted. You remember even this one who scored below C,
yes,
might have done very well in English, might have done very well in Kiswahili, did very poorly in sciences. And this is what you really wanted, that I can go do a degree in journalism and mass communication, for instance, because I believe sciences are very important. Yeah. But now he has missed it. We can't kill this young person. We need to begin him from somewhere. And from down there, he will gradually mold and get his vision right. And with the resilience, this student will be able to succeed and eventually catch up, join at the university, and be the best in what he wanted to be in life. So it's not killing them. It's not saying now, who defines somebody's success? It is you as a person, it's not your parent. You give out what you have. The parents are able to finance. The parents are able to support you so that you'll be able to actualize your dream. So the people who have scored Res Cyprus, in fact, many of them now, if you go into this TVET institution, they're there. Not that they stop there. Some progress. And you know, there is this perception that when you go to TVET, you are going to do programs somehow that cannot give you a white-collar job. They can give you a white-collar job. Somehow you can do it technical to give you a skill. You end up becoming an engineer. So there is an opening. Our country has given a room of options for those who have this grade, they have position what to take. Those who have high grade, they can also take this particular program. So it's not the end of the road.
Yeah.
You know, the O-level exam was a one-time exam.
Okay.
You check the record of these students, perhaps in the mock and the other exams was doing very well. But when it go to the final examination, something happened.
Yeah.
Maybe fatigue, maybe fear, or something might have happened. But when you give this person an opportunity, he succeeds. Let me ask you, if he succeeds from certificate to diploma, comes to university, why is he getting a second class upper? Why is he getting a first class honor? Can we then say you failed in Form 4, don't get the Senate say, no, this guy never scored very well in Form 4, he can't get it.
Yeah,
he has molded his, and that's why, Sakwa, if you listen to me, I said, the defining moment of one's career is after Form 4.
Yeah.
Whatever you do after Form 4 is what will shape your future.
Right.
Regardless of what you had. You know, somebody somewhere said, failure is success turned inside out. Are you saying that? You read it there. Is a cloth that you have already changed.
Yeah.
But if you wear it nicely, we say this is success. So that is the time you will define the moment of your success after Form 4. All this time is we have been in the system, perhaps to mature and be able to make a sense of direction on where we want to move.
Absolutely, and I believe it takes a lot of patience actually to to actually be very patient to go through certificate, diploma, bachelor's degree. Yeah. So, but also being an industry player and an education stakeholder for that matter, maybe what are some of the, say, tremendous progresses that have been made? Because I understand the conversation about career, you must hear it from the learner's perspective and also from the parents, because I believe they play a key role when it comes again to guiding, because maybe you want to be a journalist, but your dad wants you to be a nurse. So these are different, conflicting voices. How do you merge and settle on one and say, my son, this is what I want for you, because maybe it's marketable as well, and you can easily get an opportunity after you settle on this. How have you managed to morph that into one voice?
I want to give you an example like Koitare Samuel University College, where I come from. Every faculty, they know what they are doing, but we have a career counseling unit.
So career counseling is very important.
Yes, very important. This is where now these students, when they are going to report, many of them are going to come say, my dad has said I will do education, another one has said, do this one you finish, you can get a job tomorrow. But what we do is we sit down with the parent and the young one or the student. We discuss and look around the options available. But what drives the final decision is, where is the heart of this young man, of this young girl? Because what will define your career is something that you are passion, something that you like, something that you can give a commitment. It's not your dad who will know that you do nothing, you become better. It is your heart. It is where you feel you can do it. It's where you have a commitment. It is where you have passion.
Actually, so where you're good at.
Yes. So when we discuss this, we find out that the students still insist that this is the program I want to do. And when we look at his O-level grades, we find this is okay. So we guide the student and say, the parent, give him an opportunity. Let the young man proceed with this program. So what has helped a lot so that we don't have these problems of students doing a program but they don't like it is because they have been forced. We have a unit that is responsible for guiding you to be able to make proper choices before you even start the program as your first semester in the university begins. So that is an organ that has helped in many institutions, ours included. Yes.
But also, I believe maybe the place of mentors comes in, and I understand as an education stakeholder who's been in this space for a very long time, you've noticed some of the missing areas that need to be addressed, especially when it comes as well from the parent side, because most of the time you interact with learners, and as a stakeholder, you have authority on, shining the light on what direction this learner has to go.
Yes. The O-level grades are very important. Because when somebody has gotten even a B, you'll find he has a gap, possibly in mathematics, or in chemistry, or in physics. So this then gives a a mismatch, and the student says, I want to do a science-based program, but he has not done very well in sciences, maybe he has done one.
Right.
So what we do is, we guide this student on the basis of where he has strength. Then we place the student now can do what we call interfaculty transfer, and be put in a faculty where he's able to do it. And this is these things never used to happen many years back when we had CHAP. We have been placed complete. But now,
would you say maybe that's some of the tremendous progress that has been made in the education sector?
Yes, because there's room for you. We sit in the table, we look at your grades, we advise you. Of course, you have been placed in Koitarel somewhere, for example, University College. What will happen is now, we sit there and say, now I think this is what you want. They are here with the parent. We say, let's see if you can do this in the area of biology, maybe biology, agriculture. You can do well because biology is a science. And agriculture is also a science. You can progressively continue, and then the student is able to move after he has been given an expert opinion from the faculty. That's how it works. But some years back, it was not possible.
It was where you are placed if it's University of Nairobi.
That period. Is it. That's what, if you have been given anthropology, that's what you do. You never change it.
Would you say it disenfranchised a lot of learners from way back? Because you'd hear somebody, like of course you said anthropology, maybe somebody had the passion of pursuing medicine, but then they were stuck in anthropology. They did it and they're now jobless. And when you look at the job market right now, it has shifted. You know, it's now shifting to almost tech-savvy courses, courses that are aligning with, you know, technological trends that include artificial intelligence.
That's very true. Let me tell you, Sakwa, one thing as I speak here is there is no useless course. Whether it's anthropology, whether it is social work, community development. That is a well thought out program.
Somebody said water engineering.
Yes.
And soil engineering.
There is.
But it's relevant. Water, don't we take water every day? Don't we connect pipes?
Of course.
Soil engineering,
but you see,
farm,
let me tell you, do you know
the
number of students doing agriculture is down than the number of students doing
journalism?
The savvy thing you're talking about. Yes.
Is it because of the trend or market demand?
No. I think it is a perception, and it is a feeling that when you are in agriculture, you are more of you know, you are not
it's more of dirty work than.
But look at the way you are, you are smiling.
Modern,
You are a product of agriculture. You look at the way you are. You have eaten something. That is agriculture. But you see now, there are no people wanting to do it. Because they want something where they can sit, have a pen like yourself, be writing. They don't want to go to the farm. They don't want to do soil engineering so that they be able to tell us, your soil there who is able to plant beans. This soil can plant groundnuts. That one can plant sugarcane. Are you seeing that? That's where we are failing. Remember some years back, in my time, I saw the agricultural extension officers. People would have done horticulture. But now you went to our universities now, that is the area that is going down, and I wished that there were incentives and scholarships from government to entice more people to do those programs in agriculture, because those are areas, my own assessment is what I'm seeing that is going down. And everybody wants to be in a tie like myself, and they sit and they do things that are...
the desk and
finya
vifaranga
and then they come out and they talk to people, and that's what they want. Of course, all of us can
because it's enjoyable, you look good, you get paid, you drive a car.
That's right.
That's what Gen Zs want, you know?
But not all Gen Zs can't go there. But you know, we need to talk to them so that we have few who can drive the agriculture. What would they eat? If everybody went to the streets and they want to do these things, what would they eat?
They eat at KFC. You don't remember last year, majority leader.
But we want them now to go.
They go through KFC.
They go
KFC, which comes from the farm.
They go and they invent the farm so that we have more improved KFCs around. So that's what is happening. So our institutions have played a key role. No student is forced to do a program. Once they have been placed in the university, they even do what we call inter-university transfer. We receive so much coming to our university. We receive so much going to other university. That is a policy by CUSPS, and which we like. It is not a closed door a policy where you have been sent to University of Nairobi, period. No. They have given an opening. You can join an institution where your interest and your passion is in pursuing a certain career.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Still, maybe also you can touch on it at what you're offering at Arab Koitalel. There's Arab in between?
No,
or it's Koitalel Samoy?
Yeah, you can. Arab is associated with the Samoy.
Right. Yeah, maybe what are some of the marketable courses that you're offering right there that you believe learners who also scored maybe below the cutting grade that the recent exams just released, they can venture into and still make progress in their career path?
Sako, all our programs are marketable.
How many faculties,
and all
by the
our
way?
programs in the universities, all universities in the Republic are marketable.
How many faculties at your institution so far?
We have 4 faculties. We have business. We have Bachelor of Education Science, Bachelor of Education Arts. We have postgraduate, and we also have a PhD program. Those are the 5 programs. But more programs will be coming. You know, we are a constituent college under the mentorship of University of Nairobi. And we have very many students. We have been there for the last 4 years, and the numbers are swelling. We are now almost 4,000 population, and we expect more to come. Now the science labs and these are the science-based programs are starting in September. And if you check the portal, you will find our programs listed there by CUSPs. Then our like now we have a financial management from my department. We also have economics and statistics, same program that is in the University of Nairobi. We have a PhD program as well. In education, we also have in business. We also have programs in environmental science, which is to start in September. We also have Bachelor of Arts, plain arts, so that now, because of the CPC, it has been well suited to be able to help in trying to come up with the sports science, because you know we are in a region of sports science where we have many of the veterans not in Kenya, in the world, the champions come from that region. So we want to, our niche, perhaps we are focusing on sports science. And we have
I love it, sports science.
Yes.
Political science.
So that is the area that we are moving under with this CPC. You know, which is now helping young ones to identify their area of interest as early as when they are in primary, in grade 6, grade 7, grade 8. Now, when they be joining us, they will be going straight to the area of specialty. The only thing we'll be doing is just to continue showing them that you have done a good option for your career path. We strengthen so that they be able to realize their dream after completing their university studies. At our university, Koitalel Samuel University College, and many other universities that are in this republic. There's
an interesting update here, and I just want you to take you through it very fast, and then you can react. They're saying these are the most promising careers of 2025 by AI. It says there's high demand for nurses in the healthcare sector that include physicians, assistants, geriatric care specialists, and then they're saying software development, which now includes morphing into artificial intelligence and new forms of it. They're saying data science and analytics, artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning. I believe that's contributing a lot to the education sector, especially now. I think that at some point I spoke to a guest education experts who say they've incorporated machine learning even in lower grades, even in like grade 6 as well. So they're saying fintech as well, including renewable energy and matter cybersecurity. They're saying some of these courses, like, you know, you've mentioned anthropology, some of those courses are fading off slowly by slowly. But then when you look at it, Dr. Intabo, annually, higher learning institutions are churning out millions of learners. I can only imagine the University of Nairobi combined, KU combined, JKUAT, Daystar, name them. Millions of learners. They all of them end up unemployed, but yet they pursued marketable courses. What's not happening?
What do you expect in a country where the economy that existed in 1980s is the same economy that is existing now? That's one question we need to answer ourselves. So there is a lot of restructuring that is required in the economic development of this, or economic development and planning of this country. You know, it remain the same things that happen there. You see, like now, you see like in health sector, we have only added one hospital called Kenyatta University Training and Research. We have the MTRH in Eldoret, and we have the Kenyatta now, Rivera Hospital. Those are the only 3 big national hospitals we have, with a population of how many? So we know as we increase in the population, the government also, in their think tank, their team that is thinking for us, they also need to expand their options and their development, so that economically we are able to match what we are producing and what is already existing. Are you seeing that? There are regions that we don't have an hospital of such a kind, like KNH, and then like MTRH and many of these national hospitals. If they were built, things could have changed. I've told you about the funding, which is we don't have enough funds.
Releasing of even the higher learning institution.
Yes, if there are no funding, then you see, many years back, maybe you never got it. When the people were finishing university, they were getting jobs straight. Things have since changed.
Like it was automatic.
Yes, when your people are waiting you at the gate. As you graduate, they are here. They will grab you and give you an opportunity. Things have really changed. We have, so many of us have come. Then we only had the University of Nairobi and a few other universities, around 5 universities. Now there are many universities, and the population has increased. And there was the Kibaki era where they said 100% transition. Uhuru came, 100% transition, and now Honorable Ruto, 100% transition.
There was free education.
Everybody now is going for this education. So what do you expect? Everybody is working hard towards that. But I want to also tell you that as much as they have rated those programs, but I've seen people doing social work, and they are wanted in overseas to go and take care of other people, caregivers. So that is an area that has not been mentioned. You know, all data that is given to us that has not been proven, it may not be all the programs that you have read there, all of them are IT related. But you see, like anthropology, we need to understand where we came from.
Once again, soil engineering, water engineering. But also, I believe these hands-on skills that tertiary learning institutions are offering, and as much as they look like it's dirty work, but it's what it's demanded on ground. Like how many plumbers are needed in Buruburu right now? How many technicians are needed to fix light even right here in the studio? And some of these jobs are on demand, but yet the people that are needed for them are not there.
It is the statement you say that this generation is moving towards
the tech savvy area.
Now them is tech, but you see, we will lose this a big generation that is the one to take over after us. So we will miss very key sectors of the economy if we don't diversify our training so that their people will take over. You got me right. We need to diversify. Not all of us. You see, like now they say, people want to train as carpenters, mansion, electrician, and we take everybody in the village. And that's what has happened. We have so many universities, and everybody is doing education. So what do you expect? There are many schools are there to take all these teachers. That's where you find, I sit in a board where some programs like arts, you find the government has recruited up to around 2013. So anybody who graduated after 2013 has never gotten a job, because all of us rushed there and thought that this is something that you can get very fast. But with the hopes that now we have a changed curricula, maybe more will be taken on board, because there are several career paths that has been created through this CPC.
But then what happens to this learner who maybe never made it to high school? Is there any, no, maybe they finished high school, but then there were some issues in between and they dropped off. So they say, oh, hapo ndo nilimalizia masomo. Maybe they have no vision and dream of furthering education. So can they find themselves possibly at, because they've finished KCPE, that's already at least a certificate. I believe there's some government jobs as well, at least kama ulimaliza KCPE tupatie tu hiyo, you know, for heaven's sake, if they were to give you something, you know. So is there any hope for such a learner?
Yes, there is.
How and where?
This is a learner that can be taken to do the hands-on jobs or training.
The what skills?
They can't do pedagogical skills. They can be trained on areas that where, when you look at them and when you weigh them, they are able to succeed. Like mansionally, they can be taken, through the training a skill where they can build. They can be mechanics. They can do carpentry. Those are areas they can do. I've seen quite a number of them. And you see the NITA, what they do is they can give you certification for that. And once it has been given to you, you can now apply even tenders with the government and work for them. So there is no, I like the way our education system has been structured. There is not even a class here to us. I know somebody in my village who has done so much construction work, and they never went beyond class 8. You remember during our time in the 844, there was art and craft, there was construction, there was electricity, there was carpentry, all those things were there. But they went to a technical institution, they were able to perform. So once you drop out of class 8, yes, there is this option. But again, there is adult education. Remember, there is an adult education. You saw last when they released the result, there were people who never went beyond, and they were being taught privately, and they registered as private candidate, and they got their Form 4 certificate, and some of them did very well, and they'll be joining university. So there are options. For this one, can go for hands-on training, or it can proceed and go do the adult training, which has been provided by the government, and then register as a private student and get your result. Yeah, so those two options are there. So there is nobody, unless it's by choice. Somebody decides and says, now I'm done, let me go and rest and do nothing.
And that's when your dream begins to die. But also from your observation as a stakeholder, maybe in terms of gender, who do you think makes it successfully to their career vision and goal as guided? Because I believe at some point, boy child lazima wa pigo hivi kidogo wakwe, guided. If you look at some of the, I'd say even when it comes to some certain courses, I think even medicine as well, courses that are really engaging and intense, you'd see there's like a gender gap. It's either the number of boy child or males is higher and female is lower, or vice versa. So from your observation, do you think maybe the issue of gender comes in at some point when it comes to even placement of the courses?
In fact, what is happening during our time, more of us were pursuing programs than the ladies. But now, it is almost becoming a reverse in all programs. There are more girls.
More ladies and less gents.
Less gents, yes. And this is even a replica in primary. I was in a school where there were, in class 8, there were only 3 boys against 17 girls. And where I teach as well, you look at the numbers, it's skewed towards girls. I think the boys somehow, I don't know whether they have given up and something needs to be done. Because we are losing, this is a serious population. Because even if you looked at the programs, even the higher programs at the university, medicine, engineering, all these programs, it's like the number is almost getting, is almost getting to 50-50. Before it used to be more, there were more men than ladies. So there is a problem. We cannot say exactly weighting this number, because what I'm seeing now is like the girls have, some programs are high, some programs are almost there. You can find is 53-47, which has never been the case. So we are getting, we are achieving the 50-50. It's not the 3 that now. Now we are just 50-50. So that's why I'm saying, going forward, we need to stress on the need for education. I think the young boys have maybe rushed into doing small businesses. And there is a perception out here, people say, even if you never went to school, you have heard that statement before, that you saw so and so, he became a very serious person, now he's very successful, but he never went to school. That is misguiding. Your success may be based on your academic and your career achievement, unlike the other one, because all of us cannot be successful looking at somebody who did things, whatever he did, and they got there. So for us, we need to also focus on, this is our area, we do it. And remember, my brother, we are not training so that you get employment. We are training you so that you mature and be independent, make decisions that are good for the society. And once you make, like yesterday I was listening to Professor Nyong'o was saying that his mentor was Professor Deret Ogot. I listened to his speech and they said when they were doing history and they were able to do a lot about Africa, about our community. He's He did his political science, and he said he has used it to understand the governance and structures of our society.
Yeah.
And here we hear today saying somebody who has done political science, as long as it's not IT, is nothing. It is not.
Yeah.
It depends on how you are going to use that knowledge that you have acquired to change our society.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Maybe you can talk about some of the factors that a learner should consider while settling for a career. And also, I believe, I think you touched on the parent side, because when you look at as well what's happening in the education sector, you mentioned, I think, the issue of the funding model that continues to be a menace here. As time goes by, maybe there's adjustments that need to be made. So maybe talk about maybe what needs to be highlighted, and also when it comes to settling on a career choice that can help you for a lifetime, so that, you know, you don't end up, you have a master's, you have, I wonder if there could be a person with a PhD and they don't have a job. That would be the saddest thing ever.
Yes. Yes. What is important for you to arrive at a career that you never regret is you need to scan around the environment. Look at what is happening in the environment. Learn from others. Look at what others have done. And more importantly, what is your heart telling you?
Right.
What is it that you are more comfortable? Like, for example, you are more comfortable in studying how to play a piano, a guitar. If that's where you want. Now you go research on this and find out, if I did this guitar, how comfortable would I be after this training? How fastest I'll go, or how deep in the training I'll get, so that I become a #1 in this. So once you are able to get this, don't listen to other descending voices discouraging you that, oh, you have gone to the university, you are doing music, anybody can sing, you know. You remember?
Or you want to be a DJ?
Yeah,
which
you want
has
to be a
been
DJ.
the most dismissed career. We have DJs who are making millions per month. Yes.
They earn more than we do. They are better.
And they have gigs every night.
Where your art is, and what the environment is able to provide for you.
Yeah.
Pursue that line.
But you know, there's a problem from the parents who say, I'm a pastor as a parent, I don't expect you to be a DJ. My child, you should be a nurse or a doctor or an engineer. Don't you think also the problem stems from the guardians as well?
Yes.
They play a huge role in determining the direction of this young learner's career choice.
That's why we stress that when the young one is about to make that very important decision about his life. You know, I told you from my onset that your life began not Form 4. Your life began after the decision you took after Form 4. So whatever decision you take after Form 4, it doesn't matter. Why is it this parent who is maybe a pastor is not telling you to do theology? He's telling you to do medicine. What is so peculiar with the medicine which he didn't do? So what is there is, once the young one has decided the direction to take, let him also engage the experts and invite the parent. We sit around table.
Yeah.
And this round table will be able to build and convince the parent on the choice of what this young one has decided to take.
Yeah.
Because if you shut this and give him what you think is good for him, he will never achieve it. I have a niece who was to join KU. She never went to KU. She went to do KMTC. And everybody in the village was saying, no. Why go do, and you were supposed to be the university. Yeah. That the word you used before, prestige. Career is not about prestige. Career is about something that you love doing and is able to make you move. If it's to work as a soil engineer and you're happy, you do it.
It means you're solving an issue in society.
Yes.
I believe that is the most fulfilling thing, being able to solve some of these issues and be paid for it big time. Yeah.
Do you know there are people who got A's and they are in the Polytechnic, National Polytechnics pursuing engineering?
Right.
There are people who got B+, and sometimes the combination, subject combination, cluster combination did not give them an option to go to the university. I've now gone down there at the National Polytechnic to pursue an engineering diploma so that they can access to the university. Yeah. So that is what we are talking about. Yeah. You discover what you want to do, go for it, do it, so that at the end of the day, the parents will be able to appreciate the decision you took. Yeah. You know, that's not a decision of you are going to make a decision that is going to kill your career or you are going to waste the resources. It is about you And at the end of the day, you are more happy and comfortable in doing it. So the parent needs also to be, that's why we have career sections in the institution. And I remember when I began, I said, any student who has received these results, let them take advantage of what is happening in COOPs before they begin opening the portal. Let them walk to the nearby university. Now universities are everywhere. Walk to the nearby university, seek counseling from the registrar academics, seek counseling from the faculty, and more important, from the career counseling units. You know, nowadays, I saw University of Eldoret the other day, they had a career week.
Yes.
This thing never used to happen in the universities before. Why these things have changed? Career week, people to be talked to on what they can do and what are the options after clearing your university education. So career discussion, career counseling is very important, can help you make a decision. Yes.
Actually, this is my last question because I have 3 other guests that are coming in through. So I want you to talk about maybe some of the areas that the education sector need to address as a stakeholder, as an industry player who's been in this journey for 15 years plus now heading. And also for a learner or a Gen Z who would love to maybe seek your counseling and your advice how they can get to be get hold of you or get in touch with you. This is your camera. Maybe in a minute, because we have to exit.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I can say the Gen Zs and the young ones, those who cleared have results in their houses, you need to look for us. We need to sit and discuss. You can call us. Our number is online. You Google my name, Kennedy Otiso, Koitalel Samuel University. We'll be able to guide you. Or you walk to a close-by institution, get out your results, let the registrar academics, let the career counseling department of a university give you direction on what to pursue. If you want to do finance accounting, if you want to do commerce, if you want to do education, science, you want to do agriculture, you want to do any program that you want to do, the experts are available. They will be able to give you guidance on how you'll be able to make a career choice that you never regret in life. The journey of shaping your career has just begun. Forget about Form 4. Use what you have now to build your career, lifetime career that will be able to solve our societal issues.
Yes. All right. Pretty sure they've gotten these nuggets of wisdom from you, Dr. Kennedy Ntabo. We hope to engage with you once again. Because of the interest of time, we have to let it go because we have 3 other segments coming up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dr. Kennedy Ntabo, Senior Lecturer and Head of Department at Koitalel Samoei University, a constituent of University of Nairobi. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And we're going to do this. We're going to take a very short break, and we are coming back with the next conversation. We are engaging with youth from Nakuru County rather. We'll be talking about advocacy, youth voices, how they can get to engage with each other in terms of finding and creating opportunities for one another, specifically from Nakuru County. So stick around for that conversation coming up shortly in just a bit.